Just got back from Alabama. Picked up this rig from my dad. He gave it to me. Old K5 Blazer. Not very much rust. Especially if you're from northern Michigan here. It's basically rust free. It's kind of beat up, but dents are a whole lot easier to repair than rust, so I ain't real worried about that. The old Duramax made the trip 2,400-ish miles, something like that. Not real cheap in fuel, but we got her. But yeah, we're gonna get this unloaded and shoved in the garage, and at least nosed in anyway. I got too much stuff in there to make it fit all the way in there, but we'll get her in there, and motor needs an intake stuff put back on it. Pretty dirty, but whatever. Just gonna make a cruiser out of it. It ain't gonna be nothing special anyway, so I'm gonna come up with a game plan on how to unload this. Probably use the woman's truck, pull it off the trailer, and then, I don't know, push it in somehow. Use the bumper, the Duramax, or something. But I'm gonna come up with a game plan, and then we'll see how this goes. So here's what a hillbilly came up with. Strap wrapped around the tree to the ratchet strap. That's tow strap. Ratchet strap goes back to the bumper. Tow strap's at the bumper. I'm gonna pop it in neutral and see what happens. The goal is to get the back tires off the ramp. You see the trailer's kind of screwed up here on both sides, so if I try to pull forward, it's just gonna drop the ramps off. Otherwise, I would just chain it to the tree and pull forward, but that's not gonna work. So we will pop her in neutral and start the struggle. Alright, let's see what will happen here. Oh yeah, it's coming. I gotta use both hands. I only got the tripod hand mount deal for the GoPro. So I'm gonna put the camera down, get the cranking. I'll pick the camera back up when it's on the ground, or when something cool happens, either way. So I'm actually gaining on it. So I threw this on the front for safety so that it doesn't take off and rally into this tree. But what I got going on here is I just got two ratchet straps hooked to the strap. So I crank one until it's full. Pop the second one free. Pull it tight. And then I just go with this one till it's full. And just keep swapping back and forth. I'm gaining another 2 feet, probably 3 feet, and it'll try to roll away. And then hopefully that strap in the front doesn't allow it to both rally me and that tree over, because that doesn't sound like a good time. It does have flat front tires, so it shouldn't go too fast, but we'll see. As you can see, I don't gain very much. We'll throw it on a time lapse here and see if we can catch it rolling off. So I got it now to where I can just push it and it'll go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect all the straps, pull the truck forward, give me some room for it to just roll right off. I'll jump up there, grab the steering wheel, push off of the trailer, and then as soon as it starts to go, just hang on for the ride and hope it comes all the way off. If not, the back tires will be on the ground. Put it in park. It's only in 2-wheel drive. And then I'll proceed to pull the trailer out from under it. And whatever happens, happens, I guess. I'll get this set up and then I'll throw you back up there. Alright, gonna jump up in here and give her a good old push and see what happens. Oh, of course. Oh, there we go. I guess I better check the ramp on the other side, eh? Make sure I'm gonna hit both. Because while it would be entertaining if I fell off the ramps, I don't really feel like having to deal with that. Because I'm only one guy. I'm all I got. And I gotta fix my own problems that I cause. So the less of them I cause for myself, the easier this will be. Alright. Here we go. Oh, now I can't get her moving again. Yeah. Might have to hook the straps back up. I think a lot of the problem is I moved the trailer and now it's not as downhill. Oh, you know what? I know what the problem is. Nope, I disconnected it. I figured I still had the strap hooked up in the front. Alright. Nope. I'll get the straps hooked back up. Get back with you when it's ready to roll off. Alright, so here's what's happened. Back tires are to the ground. Front tires came down the ramps. Oh, that one's close enough. Let's check out the other side. Whoa. This one, I'm not really on the ramp. However, I cannot move the ramp. So what I'll do, I'll unlock the steering wheel, steer it a little bit to the right, relock the steering wheel. I knew it was close from putting it on the trailer, but I didn't think that it was that close. But anyway, I'll get this steered to the right, and then I'm just going to fire up the old truck, pull it ahead. Hopefully comes right off, doesn't fall off that ramp. If it does, I guess we reevaluate. Alright. That actually went smoother than I thought. I thought for sure the passenger side was going to fall off that ramp. Glad it didn't, but thought it was gonna. Boy, now I gotta figure out how to get it from here into the garage. That's the next challenge. And I know what you're thinking. There's a buggy right there. Why didn't I just hook the winch to it and pull it off? Well, that's because we live in a place where it snowed 2 feet in the matter of about 2 days. And I didn't feel like getting wet. So, I worked harder, not smarter. NASCAR's got a little bit of snow in it. Got a lot of snow on it. The bedsides for the Duramax covered in snow. And this is all under half of a roof anyway. But, yeah. Back to that thing. I'm gonna put the ramps up on the trailer. Get my truck out of the way. Figure out how I'm gonna push it in there. Might just have to disconnect the trailer and use the bumper of the truck, I don't know. I'll come up with a plan and we'll figure it out. Alright, well it was a lot of screwing around, but it's in the garage anyway. Had to have a guy stop by with a Jeep pushed me in, but it's in, so that's really all that matters. Probably all I'm gonna do for today. About a couple hours out here screwing with it, so probably call her quits, go in, relax, eat some dinner, come back out tomorrow after work and start attacking the motor and see what we got going on. The lighting probably sucks, so I apologize for that. But there's two ways to make sure that the motor's free. One would be take the ratchet with the socket, get down there on the crank, put it on the crank bolt, turn it over by hand. However, I only have my little 3/8 ratchet in here, so we'll do her the wrong way. I'm gonna get this ground wire put down to the head down there, slap a battery in it, hit the key. Maybe it'll turn, maybe it won't. Kind of leaning towards probably won't, but we'll find out. If it doesn't, I'll get the plugs pulled out of it and full of mystery oil. Fill the Maalik pan anyway with mystery oil and hope she breaks free. Alright. I'll get this ground wire moved over, get a battery in here, and be right back. Alright, I was striking out on bolts for the ground wire, so definitely resorted to jumper cables. Got that one hooked to the positive. Got that one hooked straight to the block. Come this way. Don't mind the messy garage. Sorry, not sorry. Got the jumper cables hooked to the battery. Battery was dead, so I got the jump starter on. Gave it all the way. I am going to slide through here. You guys keep an eye on that right there. Tell me if it turns. I guess we'll pretty much know. Should be able to hear it, but we'll find out. Well, fighting a bad connection. No idea why we would be fighting a bad connection. Oh, everything's a struggle. Step over here and give it another try. Alright, well, I'm thinking that this is going to have to be a tomorrow issue when the hardware store is open. And I can go in and get myself a bolt. But I'll see if I can come up with any other great ideas here. If I come up with something, I will pick the camera back up tonight. If not, see you in the morning. So I was just fumbling around with that set of jumper cables. Just wanted to show you this. Hood prop, right? Hood hinges, not hooked up. So if that kicks up, guess what? I'm getting a headache. I got faith in my old 2x6 there. I don't think it's going anywhere. Until I forget how important it is and I bump it or something goofy, but... Alright, back to searching for a bolt. So I ended up finding a bolt in the old alternator bracket here. So I'm going to take this sandpaper, get her cleaned up. Ain't got to be perfect, but I do want to give it its best shot. So we'll get her as cleaned up as possible. And then that battery I'll bring over here and set right here. And then I know everything's got a fairly decent connection. Hopefully we're in good shape after that. There we go. Starting to come around. Bad connections cause all kinds of issues, so you're better off take time, take a couple seconds, get it cleaned up, even like that right there. That, can't be having that. So I'm even gonna go through and clean that up real quick, and then I'll get it hooked up. Update. Wire's hooked up, battery's hooked up, jumper's hooked up. And I know the two people watching are probably wondering, hey, why don't you just take the old rusty motor out, slap junkyard motor in it for a couple $100, be done with it? That answer's simple. When motors come out of vehicles around here, it either takes years for one to go back in, or nothing ends up going back in. So I don't want to take it out. Ooh. Not good. She's stuck. Kinda what I figured. I don't have any marbles on the shelf or anything either here, so I might find something to just dump down the valley to at least get a start on it. I don't know, maybe I just wait till I get some marbles tomorrow, then I can just fill it right up. But as of tonight, I'm gonna unhook the battery. I might leave it on the charger just because, but I'm gonna at least unhook it so we don't cause an electrical fire here. And reassess when I get some oil. Kinda sucks, but kind of expected it, so we'll come up with a game plan. So just out of curiosity, I pulled the dipstick before I went inside. It is rusty, showing no signs of oil. I don't see any water on it necessarily, but definitely just some rusty sludge and no oil. I think my best bet is going to be get a bunch of transmission fluid and fill the crankcase and everything, and I don't know, hopefully it breaks free. Kinda sucks. I really was hoping that I didn't have to pull the motor, because like I said, motors come out around here, but motors don't tend to go back in. Got a Jeep sitting in the side yard, been waiting on a motor for like 2 years. Motor mounts are made and everything, just gotta put a motor in it. Got the S10, just needs motor put back in it. It's just motors come out, don't go back in. So it's kind of a punch to the gut, but we'll get her one way or the other. I ended up actually finding some marbles. So what I'm gonna do is, I already dumped it down on the lifters. I'm just gonna, I guess, dump it right down the intake ports, and I don't know, that'll at least get a start on it for tomorrow. I'm just gonna dump it down everything. Don't even care. Then I'll go get another jug tomorrow, put more in. Hopefully it will leak by a couple of the valves or something tonight. Give me a little bit of a head start anyway. Yeah, I know, might be getting in the coolant passages too, but guess what? I don't care. And then another thing I'm gonna do is I got this. I'm sure it's used anyway. I'm just gonna take this. Oh, look at that, it's actually new. Getting the good stuff. Just gonna oil everything down. Might as well pour some of this down there too. I don't want to do a bunch of this because this is a lubricant, obviously, but the other is more of a penetrating oil, and I'd rather get more penetrating oil in it than motor oil. But we gotta do something here, so hopefully some of that gets down into the lower end too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know how well you can hear it, but there is oil hitting the floor. I would assume there's no drain plug in the pan, but I'm not sure. My light won't work on the camera either, so bear with me. And there's the drain pan flipped upside down right in the way. Whatever, I guess we don't worry about that. I'm sure the drain plug's probably out of it. The more I think about it, the more I think this is just gonna be a lost cause and put a motor in it. I'll see if I can find one tonight. Get back with you in the morning. For real this time.